Hi, welcome to West Coast Bias. This is Ryan Smith. So, I got inspired this morning. I woke up, still haven't even had my coffee. I'm listening to the Bill Simmons podcast. He has his dad on, and I'm taking my morning shit, and I'm just listening. I'm in it a little bit just for the tears, I'm not gonna lie. And it was just a whole lot. I was expecting all the stuff like, obviously, let's blame the coach for everything, leave the players out of it. But then, of course, maybe the number one theme throughout the entire pod, and from what I'm seeing on Twitter and everything, is Jaylen Brown. Hi, welcome to West Coast Bias. This is Ryan Smith. So, I got inspired this morning. I woke up, still haven't even had my coffee. I'm listening to the Bill Simmons podcast. He has his dad on, and I'm taking my morning shit, and I'm just listening. I'm in it a little bit just for the tears, not gonna lie. And, it was just a whole lot. I was expecting all the stuff like, obviously, let's blame the coach for everything, leave the players out of it. But then, of course, maybe the number one theme throughout the entire pod, and from what I'm seeing on Twitter and everything, is Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown. Is Jaylen Brown gone now? Jaylen Brown completely screwed up this whole series. He can't dribble. He's, bouncing unforced turnovers and blah, 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 blah. People are saying like, oh, is this the worst, they're basically making it seem like this was like the worst performance he ever could have possibly had. And like, is this like the record for most turnovers in an Eastern Conference Finals? All that shit. I don't buy it. I don't fucking buy it. You want to know why? Well, this is also pretty West Coast bias of me. But, I watched Boston last year. I watched them very closely because as a Warriors fan, like, of course I'm going to be watching who I thought was, the other best team in the league as this whole thing was going on. I was interested to see who we were going to play. One thing that has been made abundantly clear, and this is because I listen to so many guys like Bill Simmons, Russillo, anybody Russillo's a little more fair, but just generally, there's a lot of Boston people in the media. There is just this coddling, just, oh my God, my little baby Jayson Tatum. Oh, he's still only 19 in my eyes. Everybody is just coddling this man. And it's last year in the finals when, they flamed out. Like I heard Bill Simmons, very reputable basketball guy who, is like one of my heroes. He literally suggested that he thought Tatum might have been tired. I mean, what? Tired. He's like, he's gonna have as much energy as he's ever gonna have in his career. Anyway, this got me to thinking, like, I've never understood the Boston fan thing where it seems like they're coddling Tatum so much that then any tiny thing Brown does, even like, this was not a good series for Brown, but this goes from like a bad Eastern Conference Finals all of a sudden to like a nuclear thing that's going to be remembered for the next 15 years as like the Jaylen Brown series when Jaylen Brown just totally shit the bed and botched everything. Well, I want to put things in perspective because Jaylen Brown, as a Warriors fan, it wasn't even close. I wasn't even worried about Tatum. Tatum had so much poo-poo in his butt that entire finals. There was, I think he had like one run at some point where he started making jumpers, but he just, because he wasn't getting foul calls, he just completely took himself out of the series. Jaylen Brown was the one dude who scared the hell out of me. That guy was competing the entire time. He freaking had that he had that killer sort of mentality, and it was weird to watch as I'm watching this guy just kind of be like the one most consistent guy on the team who seems to be bringing it and bringing the effort every night. I'm just hearing people talking about his dribbling and his turnovers and all this crap. I'm going to put something into perspective for you guys. So this series where Jaylen Brown just had 8 turnovers, 8 in the final game, in a game 7. Unbelievable, right? Oh, is that a record? Is that the most? Blah, 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 blah. Well, what if I was to tell you that Jaylen Brown had 25 turnovers? But Jayson Tatum had 26 in the same series. 26. He had more than Brown, and Brown had 8. He had 8 in the last game. Now, let's turn the page backwards a little bit. All right, let's go to the NBA Finals last year. Tatum had 23 turnovers in 6 games. So, Jaylen Brown, again, this all-time monstrous, horrible performance, turnover city, had 25 in 7 games. I'm not good at math, but I think everyone can, do the conversions in their head. Tatum had 23 in 6 games last year. That's worse. Now let's go to the Eastern Conference Finals against these very same Miami Heat. Jayson Tatum had 33 turnovers last year. 33. Jaylen Brown, 25. Jayson Tatum last year, where they almost gave it away. They wanted to give it away. And if you guys remember, Tatum was having these weird games where he'd shoot the ball. He was going 3 for 12. And it's what the hell is happening to Tatum? He's just not even shooting the ball. He's completely in his own head. He had multiple games where he had 7 turnovers. Let me do a quick fact check on that because I don't want to be just completely spitting lies. Yeah, he had 7 turnovers in game 1, and he had 7 turnovers. He went 7, 3, 6, 3, 5, 7, 2. And then this was his finals, by the way. He went 2, 4, 2, and then in the last 3 most important games, 6, 4, 5. Okay, so last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, Tatum had 7 turnovers twice. He had 33 and still won the Larry Bird. I don't know. He somehow still won the Larry Bird offensive or Eastern Conference playoff trophy, whatever weird award that was. But yeah, I'm trying to see where was those weird. Yeah, so Tatum had one game where he was just 3 for 14. Even the second to last game, he was 9 for 12. I do believe that actually was a pretty good game, but it's what is he doing? Not shooting. He shot 13 times, and yeah. Anyway, so again, to recap, Tatum, 26 this series, 23 in the finals last year in only 6 games, 33 in the Eastern Conference Finals. But wait, there's bonus time. Because let's keep going back to last year's run. Let's see, what did he have in the Bucks series? In the Bucks series, Tatum had, 3, 4, so that's 7, 10, 12, 13, 17, 23. So, you know what? Less than Brown. I'll give him that. But Brown, again, all time, 8 turnovers in the game 7. Guess what? In this 7-game series versus the Bucks, Jayson Tatum had 7 in game 7. He had 7 turnovers in game 7. And 23 total. So Tatum went 23 turnovers, 33 turnovers, 23 again in only 6 games. Oh, and then also, even just, they swept Brooklyn, right? Oh, glorious. They swept Brooklyn. Well, Tatum's turnovers went 5, 3, 6, 6. That's pretty. 12, 15, 18 in 4 games. 18 in 4 games. So, can we all just get off of Brown? Can we, it's weird because I think that, it's understandable because they all think Tatum's going to be their guy, and he is. Don't know if he's ever going to, the guy's still very young. But here's the thing. They can't see the forest for the trees. They can't even see objectively what's happening. The truth is, you want to rag on Brown for being, dribbling off his feet and all of this stuff. Tatum is not a good playmaker. He's not. He is not a good playmaker. That just, at this point in his career, he is not a good playmaker. He's good at hitting jumpers, getting to the paint and getting fouled occasionally, although he does turn it over a whole hell of a lot if he's not getting foul calls. He's just not that good of a playmaker. He's not that good with the ball in his hands. So, again, 25 for Jaylen Brown, 26 for Tatum. This year, we're not taking crazy pills. This is the same the same guy. And Tatum had 23 in the finals last year, 33 in the Eastern Conference Finals, 23 in the Western Conference Finals, including 7 in Game 7. That sounds pretty similar to Brown. And then, what was it? Something insane. I think it was 18 in 4 games versus Brooklyn. So yeah, just, maybe try and examine a little bit of the reasons why. Why does everything have to be blamed on Jaylen Brown? Why did Jaylen Brown get no love for last year's finals performance? And why is he now getting run out of town over one series? One series. Tatum was worse in last year's Eastern Conference Finals. They just happened to win. Okay, Tatum was completely dog shit in the finals. Dog shit. Brown stepped up. But no, let's just blame everything on Brown. Let's blame everything on Brown. Because one game in the spotlight, it fits the narrative nicely. Oh, they would have won if Tatum didn't. And you know what? Tatum probably would have had 8 turnovers. If he had the ball in his hands more. That's probably the truth of it. So yeah, anyway, just wanted to get that off my chest. And subscribe to this channel if you want some more West Coast biased sports topics, I guess, ? Hey, I don't have a script. I'm not one of those script guys. We're going to do a Succession pod later today. Get ready for that. It's going to be live. It's going to be huge. I'm going to start getting some live streams going soon. By the way, if anyone doesn't know, West Coast Bias, I'm moving to LA. We're going to be covering all of California. Because California, Lakers just recently won a championship. They've won a ton of championships. Warriors obviously been dominating. They have 4. Freaking San Francisco Giants between 10 to 20 had 3. The Niners have been to a couple Super Bowls. Rams won a Super Bowl. Chargers about to be good. So, freaking GDP of California is it just passed Germany. Now it would be the 4th biggest country in the world, GDP speaking. So, why is nobody just covering it? I'm going to be that guy.